What's up? I'm Jay,
I'm Mama J,
and
and
we're
we're
J and
J&J
J Reacts.
Reacts.
We just got done watching episode 3.
Now we're about to jump into episode 4.
Yeah. So last episode, Ryuk, just gave Light the deal for the
He
Shinigami eye.
offered him the deal.
Oh
We
yeah,
don't know if like took it, but yeah.
he just
Well,
offered.
I don't know. You've seen it,
Yes, I know if he did or not.
but yeah, Ryu offered the deal. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. We learned that Chief
Yagami.
Yagami,
Yeah.
Chief Yagami is Light's father, so. He has that relation to the police right there in the home.
But shows you a lot about his justice.
hmm Where he perceives or how he perceives justice.
And I'm pretty sure I do remember the first episode of him saying he wanted to be a police officer. So also goes in with that. So
hmm Not surprising, not surprising.
but let's hop right into it.
Death Note. Awesome.
I love this opening. That Frieza pose.
Frieza.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what you said.
You love hitting that pose.
Love hovering. Yeah.
What? I don't believe this. Another 23 victims yesterday? Are these confirmed?
As soon as we began to suspect that Kira might be a student, the pacing of the killings changed, as if to contradict that theory. This can only mean that Kira has access to police information.
When Elle discovers that I'm somehow getting confidential information,
Oh, why they're
I'm
recast
obligated to start
Loki.
investigating the police to find the source.
It's pretty
of the
cool.
leak.
Alright.
You're being followed by another human. He's
And they
watching
not
me
just
right
like
now.
other show recasts that be
That's
just
a
showing
problem.
clips of the show. They
I'll have
like
to get rid of him
really
as soon as possible.
reanimate their
Because
recaps
through a
and stuff.
Shinigami's eyes, a human's name can be seen above their head. Not only that, we see their lifespan as well. However, if a Shinigami drops his death note and a human picks it up, he can grant that human the eyes of a Shinigami.
See what he
The
makes.
price for having a
Wait a
Shinigami's
minute.
eyes is
They
half
say
of that
if
person's
he.
remaining.
So if Light drops the Death Note
Mhm.
and somebody else finds the Death Note, then Ryuk can grant the other person, like the sight that he has,
Yeah.
the person who picks up the Death Note.
Yeah.
Okay, just trying to make sure I understood.
Anybody who make contract with Death Notes
hmm
make a contract with Ryuk automatically. And that's his Death Note.
hmm
So yeah.
But Light found the Death Note,
Mhm.
but I mean he's in a contract per se,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
doesn't have the eyes.
Yeah, the contract is that they're able to see, interact, and talk to Ryu.
That's the contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remaining lifespan. That's all it is. So, what'll it be, Light? Is it a deal?
Has anyone seen Ryuk around lately? Maybe he was serious about losing his death note.
It was probably picked up by some human before he could get to it.
No way. Then he'd be stuck there till the end of that human's life or until the Death Note was destroyed. That could take a while.
Yeah, I can't picture Ryuk doing something so boring.
But you know what? I actually heard
He
he was
having the time of
carrying
his
two
life.
death notes. Seriously? Why would he need two?
Beats me. I'll never understand that guy.
So, the price
They
for
they
receiving
saying
the
that
eyes
would
of
be
a
too
Shinigami
boring for
is
Ryu.
no
He
more
having the
than
time of
half
his
my
life
remaining
now.
lifespan. That's it, right?
Watching the show, but in
Like,
person,
Well then,
this is more
do we have a
entertaining.
deal or
they're
not?
just sitting there and watching humans so I can kill
Ryuk,
them, playing cards and dice all day.
this deal is
Oops, not
out
only
of the
got a year
question.
left. Let me go find some humans to kill. Basically, what they would do, just play games. So they need to kill somebody so
Let's
that
get
they
this
don't
straight.
die.
My plan is to create an ideal new world
Oh, that's
free
right. They
from
need
evil and
their
all
whatever
criminals, and I
lifespan that
intend to
they
reign
can
as a
gain
god
from
in
that.
world for a very long time. I might consider the deal if it lengthened my life, but not if I die sooner. I
Well, he
figured
didn't
you, of
do
all
the
people,
deal.
should know I wouldn't take this deal.
Yeah. I still felt I should tell you that the deal existed just in case.
Just in case, you
Anyway, I've done my
know.
part. I don't need you complaining I didn't tell you this earlier on.
This is what you call telling me early on? Don't you think you're a little late? I don't see why you couldn't have told me this when we met. Or better yet, you could have simply included it in the instructions for the Death Note.
Good point. He's not the slightest bit daunted by the fact that I'm a Shinigami. He doesn't suck up to me, and he seems to have no problem giving me a hard time.
Well, you sure there's nothing else you want to tell me ahead of time? Shinigami?
No, nothing else. Probably.
Really? That's too bad.
What do you mean?
You know, Ryuk, I might have seriously considered the deal if you'd offered me wings instead of eyes. Just the idea of flying around freely in the sky sounds very godlike. After all, it's been mankind's dream since antiquity to be able to fly.
Yeah, I'm
You'd
not gonna
stand
lie.
out if you sprouted wings and flew around. Not to mention the police would have no trouble finding you.
I was only joking. Anyway, if I keep bargaining for eyes and wings and whatever else, next thing you know, I'm gonna end up becoming a real Shinigami.
Hmm.
Though who
Yeah,
knows?
he gonna be
Could be pretty interesting.
him.
I
He's
wouldn't
basically
worry.
saying like he's gonna
Even
turn into
without
him.
the eyes
Yeah.
and the wings, you're already a worthy Shinigami. The Shinigami realm is slowly rotting. We lead meaningless and empty lives. And the only reason we still take human lives is because we're afraid to die ourselves. The truth of the matter is that we no longer even know why we exist. In fact, I doubt there's any reason for our existence at all. What I'm saying is, compared to that, you're becoming a much more impressive Shinigami.
I don't know about that. I mean, from what you're telling me, it sounds like I'm doing a lot more work than they are, but I don't want to be compared to a Shinigami. I'm a human using this Death Note to make the world a better place for other humans. But I wouldn't necessarily say
I
that
wonder
the
if just
Shinigami
one of
realm
those
is
Shinigami
meaningless to
just was
humans
up there
either.
like, oh, he got a decent
Why do
lifespan.
you
Let me
say
check out
that?
him.
Well, just think about
They
it.
just took out like,
Whenever a Shinigami like you comes
Oh,
to the human world once
I
every
was wondering,
100, no,
but
more like every 1,000 years, the
I don't know.
human
Maybe
world
the
changes
book, since
dramatically.
he made a contract,
The
Ryu made it
existence of the
so
Shinigami
they
realm is
couldn't.
extremely significant.
Maybe only
Really?
Ryu can take him
You
out.
told me just now that the Shinigami realm is slowly rotting, right? Well, when you return from this world, why not use what you've learned here to try and change it for the better?
Well, Light, I'm not sure why I never noticed this until now, but you're quite the positive thinker.
Yeah, of course I am. That's why I'm using the Death Note to create a better world. You have to be a positive thinker to even attempt something like this. That's it. I got it.
Got what? What's this about?
nope.
This plan.
I think I just figured out how to find the name of the guy who was following me today.
How you gonna do that?
I'm gonna use the rules of the Death Note to my advantage. I already know that if I write down a cause of death, I've got 6 minutes and 40 seconds to record the conditions and exact time of death. First, I need to know exactly how far I can go in terms of specifying the details of death. This should be interesting.
Yeah, it's me. Another 6 inmates were found dead last night. All were heart attacks. It's him. What? Huh? Bizarre behavior before they died? Could you be more specific? What do you mean? So they didn't just die from heart attacks?
No, what I'm saying is they all died of heart attacks, but it wasn't quite that simple. Before one of them died, he drew a pentagram on the wall of his cell using his own blood. Another left a letter, but it doesn't seem to be a will or anything meaningful. And as for the third victim, he escaped from his cell and ran all the way to the staff bathrooms before he died.
What is it, Watari?
3 more heart attack victims, but the circumstances of their deaths are different from what we've seen thus far.
What do you mean by different?
I'm sending you a copy of a letter as well as pictures taken at the scene.
Okay. It sounds like he was afraid that Kira would find him. It's believable that our victim might have been genuinely afraid and wrote this, but we know Kira can control the time of death. What if he can also determine the actions in the moments leading up to death? In which case...
He be jumping on that so quick, like
yeah, that mean L do not be playing.
it would not come to me like that.
Yeah, they call him the best detective for a reason.
Yeah, obviously. See, soon as he get the information, he done processed and figured out a plan, or not a plan, but
This.
Oh, yeah.
It's that.
Yeah.
Experimenting on his victims.
Yeah, I mean L.
Sounds like what he's doing is.
It's unforgivable.
If Kira is really using criminals as test subjects, what is he trying to achieve?
Was he the one from the intro? The blue hair? He looks like the same age. How is he a
The
detective
results of yesterday's little test have already been downloaded onto my dad's computer.
who just finished
and these
school or
results are
something?
Just as I expected. The Death Note will work for what I have in mind.
What do you mean by that?
One of them escaped and ran into the bathroom I had specified in the Death Note. Another one drew the same symbol I had drawn in the Death Note before he died. And finally, a third wrote the same letter I had written in the Death Note, word for word.
So
All
Lord
three
have
did
mercy.
exactly what I intended them to do. For the
Yeah,
other 3 inmates,
basically
purposely
saying that
wrote
he's
conditions
fearing
that were
that Kira
virtually
is going
impossible.
to come after him.
Take
With
my
the
own
first
life.
one, I wrote that he would die in front of the Eiffel Tower in 1 hour. However, everyone knows that it's physically impossible to go from a prison in Japan to Paris, France in only 1 hour. Since this couldn't happen, he simply died of a heart attack in prison. The next was supposed to draw an exact picture of Elle's face on the prison wall. This also didn't happen. You can't draw someone you've never seen, right?
Makes sense.
With the last one, I tried something slightly different. I specified that he would write a note that read, "I know that Elle is suspicious of the Japanese police." To be honest, I actually expected this one to work, but it didn't end up happening. Which means, it's impossible to make someone write what they don't already know. Or, at the very least, it has to be the kind of thing that they could come up with on their own. Basically, even the Death Note can't do the impossible. But, as long as it's within the realistic limits of what that person might do, I can control them as much as I want before they die.
That's very clever. But what's all this leading to? What's the point?
These latest victims will no doubt keep Elle and the police guessing. Even as we speak, he's probably trying to decipher all the clues I left for him. Especially
He
that
done
one
deciphered them already.
absolutely meaningless dying message.
Yeah, they both seem to
They're
be-
both highly intelligent.
Kira
Yeah.
used those criminals to
And
conduct an experiment of some sort. It
Light
means
is coming up
to
with
start
these
something.
plans quickly,
He moves now.
but Elle
It
is
turns that the
quickly
FBI will
knocking
know
them
something
down.
he's
Like,
suspicious
oh, I know
of.
what you're doing. Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're
Perhaps he has a
doing.
different goal in mind altogether. Could the pentagram and this letter be some kind of message? Is this it?
All right, time for the real thing.
Real thing?
Yesterday on the news, they said this drug addict tried to rob a bank but was unsuccessful. He attacked a few people and then ran away empty-handed. I'll use him. It's kinda last minute, but I'm sure I can find someone. I got a few people in mind.
A few people?
What you do?
For what?
You'll see.
He kind of like
Believe it
that.
or not, I'm actually a rather popular guy. What do you...
Hello? warning.
Enough to be able to go to heaven or no.
Cause it sounds like if you use it
Oh,
enough that you will become a what's a Chinook?
oh,
Not Chinook.
Shinigami.
Shinigami. I'm just making up new names. I had the first part, the first sound
Yeah,
right.
Chinook.
Chinook.
You
Heard that somewhere. Where is that?
you mix Shinigami and Ryu.
Oh,
This whole
The
thing would just be a waste of time if he
Shinigami.
wasn't tailing me.
something's trying to be retained. It's just it ain't just coming out discombobulated.
A date?
Yeah. It's a date no matter how you look at it. And I'm sure even my stalker will see it that way.
But this isn't just a date, is it? You said that you'd figured out a way to find your stalker's name. So tell me, what do you plan on doing?
Huh? Come on. Didn't you see what I wrote in the death note? I explained it in great detail.
No. Doing that would take all the fun out of it.
In that case, just be patient and watch what happens. Sorry, did I keep you waiting?
No, not at all. Anyway, I haven't
For
been to
you, like
Spaceland
I don't
since
want to
junior
spoil
high.
myself.
I'm so excited.
Of course I didn't
And
read
the
it.
best part is I have you all to myself.
Yeah.
During the week, he goes to school and cram school at night. Dates on his day off. A normal kid, just a hardworking senior in high school. Chief Yagami's son, Light Yagami. No cause for suspicion.
That's about to write them off.
At any rate, I'll be done with my surveillance today, and that'll be it.
I wonder if that's the person that holds the laptop.
I don't get it, Light. Didn't you
It's
say you
on.
weren't
It's
going
not.
back until
Oh, they
exams
showed
were over?
his face when what's it called.
You're
Sat
such a
like
nerd.
right behind them, ain't no.
It said FBI when they said FBI have arrived in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it had his picture, so
No.
he's FBI. He's like right there. This palm music.
It's a nice, easy bus ride. Oh Lord.
It's him. He's here.
Oh my gosh. He
7
can't help
passengers,
himself.
excluding him, no one's in the way. Everything should go smoothly.
Stay in your seats unless you want to die.
Why does it look like that?
Bus jacking? You gotta be kidding me.
Everybody shut up! If anybody moves, I'm putting a bullet in their head. All right, driver. You listen to me. I know you've got the number for Spaceland's office on you. Call them.
Okay. This is Sasaki, calling from bus 174.
Tell them what's going on, and no tricks either.
My bus has been hijacked, and he's holding a gun to my head.
Give me that. You heard what he said. Now you listen up. Have a female staff member bring all of Spaceland's cash from yesterday. I know it's there. Have her meet us 2 bus stops from the park, and don't make me wait. If you mess with me at all, or try to get the police involved, I swear I'll kill every one of these passengers.
That was a very extra for no reason.
Beauty, don't be scared. As soon as he turns around, I'm going to grab the gun out of his hand.
Don't be stupid. That's risky. If it comes to that, I'll take care of it. It's okay. We don't have to pass notes back and forth. As long as we keep it down, he won't be able to hear our voices over the sound of the engine.
Do you have any proof that you're not his accomplice? Why should we trust you?
Accomplice?
Yes, I've read about this before. The first hijacker comes in like he's working alone. Meanwhile, a second one pretends to be a hostage and stays in the very back just in case something goes wrong. What's the matter?
I've seen that in other movies too.
You really think he is one?
I have no choice.
I'll show my
I'm sure
badge.
Yagami
Ah!
is Akira. If he was, he could just kill this guy with a heart attack. Here's my proof. Take a look.
He's smart. He's smart.
Elle needed an outsider, so we got the FBI to investigate anyone connected to the Japanese police. His name is Ray Penber.
Ray Penber.
trust you.
Wait,
And
whose
I
mouth was
desperately
that?
tied you
That
when
was
we were
light.
asking what
Oh
nuclear agent was driving
god.
the bus in the first place. Do you have a gun?
Yeah, I've got one.
So if it comes down to it, I can rely on you, right?
Yes.
Shut the hell up, you old hag! You want me to shoot you right now?
That's right. This guy. His face was all over the local news just a few days ago. Some junkie. He tried to rob a bank, ended up killing 3 people before he got away. He's extremely dangerous.
We're safe. He won't shoot us. In fact, he's not gonna do anything.
He already wrote everything he's gonna do.
He dropped the
Don't
paper.
move, you little punk! What the hell is that? Smartass! You guys were planning
Wait,
something bad,
what's
weren't
gonna
you?
happen?
If he sees that note from before, he'll find out the light was planning to jump him and take his gun away.
Plans for a date, huh? Stupid kid.
Gotcha.
Ah. Oh my gosh, I thought he was dropped the note.
Who the hell are you? You in the very back. What do you think you're
Oh,
doing?
he did, so he can see him?
Don't mess with me! How long have you been hiding back there?
What's this? You're talking to me? So you mean you can actually see me right now?
Stay there, you! You! Keep away from me, you freak!
This isn't good. He's hallucinating.
Everyone, get down!
Oh, I get it. That little note that Light accidentally dropped was actually torn from the pages of the Death Note itself. Since he tricked this guy into touching the paper, he's the only other one on the bus who can see me. That's so smart.
Get away!
Sorry, pal. I'm a Shinigami, so I'm afraid your bullets aren't gonna kill me. Anyone who touches the Death Note can see me. I have to stay till the Death Note is finished, or I see you die, whichever comes first. And a Shinigami can't die from being shot. I've said all these things at one time or another. Welly is the top-ranked student in the country. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. He even used this hijacking as a way to get the guy following him to willingly give up his name.
It's not the bus! Let me off!
Uh-oh. Yikes. Man, he done traumatized that poor girl to clear his name.
But not even to clear his name.
11:45
Kill
on
the
the
person
dot.
who followed him.
Everything went just as I
To get, yeah, not to clear his name, but to get the other guy's name.
Yeah.
Sorita. Accidental death. Boards the
'Cause he really don't
11:31
care, like,
Spaceland-bound bus
Yeah.
near
oh,
the
you
eastern
figured out
entrance
who
to
I
the
am? I
park.
got your name now.
Yeah. And now they just show
With a
you that
loaded
he
gun
broke
and attempts to
everything
hijack the bus.
that happened.
He sees a horrific phantom and empties his gun trying to kill it. Terrified, he flees the bus. Immediately afterwards, at 11:45, he dies when struck by a car.
What a mind.
The Death Note never fails. You will be next, Ray Penber.
I feel like he's already taken it too far.
So
Oh, it's just gonna get worse.
So going after what you said, do you think Light is a good guy?
I started not to look like it. Like, I don't know. I think the first episode or two, I was more focused on like him being narcissistic or whatever, like just so into himself. Like, I'm just the smartest, me. But yeah, now it's just like, dude, like you're killing
And
people whose job is to protect other people.
yeah,
So like
and
now you're not just killing criminals and
Yeah.
bad guys. You're just killing anybody who gets in your way, anybody who disagrees with you, and that's not a good person. Like people should be able to have a disagreement
and
And
without somebody buying.
right, like dang, now you plotting my death. Like,
They're like they
jeez.
be arguing about a football team. Oh yeah,
Oh,
oh
what?
that's your team. That's your team. I'm gonna see you.
Chokes to death on nachos. Yeah, no. At Nick's game. Yeah, no. That's crazy.
Went to the game. The game got
Yeah. Gets trampled. Nah, I
trampled
mean,
while running away.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he is definitely not light. not
Which
emulating the
crazy that that is his name, Light.
yeah, he's acting real dark. Real dark right now. Well, yeah. That was good. That was also very good. It was it's interesting to see Light and L kind of like I feel like it's like a good chess match.
Yeah,
How they're going back and forth,
flipping off each other. And stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is like, well, it's action packed. Like it feels like I'm watching a fight scene, which is how I got into it. Cause this is I think this is like my first anime where it's not like just fist fights or sword fights and stuff like this.
But you still get that like adrenaline
Yeah.
rush.
Like I said, this is a very good show.
Now that you say that, like I didn't even realize that. Like most of the anime you've introduced to me, there's some type of physical fight, whether it's sword fight, shooting, kicking, punching, whatever. This is the first thing that is just like I'm writing down
names
and heart attack or whatever he decided to happen. But yeah. And it is still interesting because I'm definitely like an action packed type of person too.
Yeah.
But the action keeps me engaged. So yeah, it's still pretty good show. Still a pretty good show.
Oh.
I'd rate this episode. I don't think I rated the last episode, but I would definitely give this episode. I'm creeping up. I'll say like an 8 out of 10. Maybe even 8.5. Maybe close to 9. Like that was pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
I definitely can say it's steadily improving.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I did say this first episode, they didn't spend $1 million every episode. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did mention that. Yeah. Yeah. Is it do you know if it was all toward like the animation, the like design,
animation,
script?
soundtrack? Well, not really script because
it was already based off of
a manga, so everything was already pre-made. So they already knew what they had to do.
Like the voice actors, maybe.
Yeah, probably voice acting. It definitely is a lot of different components, and also Death Note do have a very good dub too. Like it'd be some dub anime that you hear you'd be crazy listening to. I was like,
dude, what is that? Yeah.
What's it called? Naruto have a decent dub, but you hear his Japanese voice compared to his dub voice, it kind of is like, whoa. Whoa.
Major difference.
Yeah.
Like
it kind of
throw
like
you off type difference.
Yeah, it's kind of like that with One Piece too. I don't think you heard Luffy Japanese voice.
No. I've only listened to a few dub episodes, yeah.
Yeah, and his voice kind of like I don't know. Listening to the dub Luffy kind of is like scratches on the chalkboard to me. It was like, oh my god, this is weird. It is very weird.
Dang. Weird is not what I think of when you say scratches on the chalkboard.
It hurt my soul to hear it. But no, I push past it sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, we definitely getting off topic. But I think that's it for this episode. We're gonna see y'all next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Yeah. We'll get that together one day.
Like and subscribe and all right. Peace. Peace.